The award card shook between my fingers. Theo leaned against the dressing room mirror and said, "You build a machine that can save a life, but asking one woman one question scares you." "I'm not scared. You have checked that ring 6 times. I pushed the velvet box deeper into my pocket. "That proves nothing. It proves you are terrified." I looked toward the closed door. Beyond it, hundreds of people filled the hall for the National Humanitarian Innovation Awards. My name waited on the program, beside the words "Affordable Emergency Heart Monitor." "Lena promised she would be here early," I said. Theo checked his watch. "The ceremony starts in 12 minutes. She will come. You said that 10 minutes ago." I ignored him and called her again. The call rang until her voicemail answered. "Lena, it is me. We are about to start. Call me." Theo softened. "Maybe traffic is bad. She left work 2 hours ago. Then maybe her phone died." She viewed my message. He had no answer. Dr. Samuel Reed entered and adjusted his silver tie. "There's my favorite stubborn inventor. Are you ready? For the award?" "For the speech. I can explain a circuit to 50 engineers. I cannot thank people without sounding foolish." "Speak about Liam," he said. "Truth never sounds foolish." An assistant opened the door. "Mr. Bennett, please stand by. Your category is next." I followed her backstage. Through the curtain gap, I found the front row. My mother sat beside Dr. Reed's reserved chair. Theo's seat was empty because he stood with me. Next to my mother was the seat I had saved for Lena. Empty. My mother saw me and lifted both hands as if she could send courage across the room. I smiled for her, then checked my phone again. A message appeared. "Marcus needs me. I'll explain tomorrow." I read it twice. Theo whispered, "What happened?" I showed him. His jaw tightened. "Her ex needs her tonight. She said he was out of her life. Call her." I did. She rejected the call. Theo stared at the screen. "Noah, do not go on stage pretending this is fine. What do you want me to do? Stop this ceremony. I want you to stop protecting her from the meaning of her choices." The audience applauded as another winner left the stage. My phone vibrated with a social media notification. Marcus Vale had started a live video. I should have closed it. Instead, I pressed play. Music filled the screen. Marcus stood inside a hotel ballroom beneath a sign announcing Vale Medical Systems. Lena was beside him in the blue dress she had bought for my ceremony. Marcus pulled her closer by the waist. She laughed. He raised a glass. "To the people who never stopped believing in me." Lena touched her glass to his. Theo took the phone from my hand. "Turn it off." She said he needed her. "He seems healthy. Maybe the video is old." "Noah, I know." The presenter's voice rose beyond the curtain. "Our final honoree transformed personal tragedy into a device that may protect thousands of patients." My breathing became shallow. Theo gripped my shoulder. "Look at me. I was going to propose." "I know," she promised. She knew what tonight meant. "Yes. Then why did she choose him?" "I cannot answer that." The assistant signaled me. 30 seconds. I pulled the ring box from my pocket and held it out to Theo. "Keep this." "Noah, I cannot carry it onto that stage." He closed his hand around it. "You do not have to be strong for everyone. I only need to be strong for 3 minutes." The presenter announced my name. I stepped into the light while the room rose in applause. My mother cried. Dr. Reed clapped above his head. Cameras flashed. The empty chair seemed brighter than everything else. I accepted the glass award and approached the microphone. "Thank you," I began. My voice almost failed. I looked at my mother, then imagined Liam sitting beside her with his crooked smile. "My brother once asked me why medical machines had to be expensive," I said. "I promised him I would build one families like ours could afford." The room became silent. He did not live long enough to see it work. Tonight, I thought someone else I loved would be here to see it for him. My eyes returned to Lena's chair. She could not make it. A few people shifted uncomfortably. I tightened my grip on the award. But Liam taught me that an empty place can still carry a promise. This device is mine to finish, and I will finish it. Applause thundered around me. I smiled because the cameras expected a winner. Inside, I felt something end. I did not sleep. At 7 the next morning, someone knocked 3 times. I knew the rhythm before I opened the door. Lena stood outside holding coffees. Before I invited her in, she stepped past me and said, "Noah, please." Marcus called, and then I helped him calm down. For 6 hours, the launch started, and people kept stopping me. "You could have left." "I know." "You could have called." "I know." "You could have told me the truth before I watched him put his hand around your waist." Her face lost color. "You saw that. Thousands of people saw it. It meant nothing." That sentence usually means it meant enough to require an excuse. She pressed her fingers against her temples. "Stop questioning me like I am on trial. I carried an engagement ring last night." Her hands dropped. "What?" "I plan to ask you after the award." She stared at me as if I had struck her. "No, I did not know. You knew it was the biggest night of my life. I made a mistake. A mistake is taking the wrong road. You chose him. He was having a panic attack. He was giving a speech and drinking champagne. I lost track of time. My phone rang. Theo's name flashed across the screen. I answered. "What is it?" "Open Vale Medical's website." "I am busy." "Open it now." I put the call on speaker and reached for my laptop. Lena asked what happened. Theo's voice sharpened. "You tell us." The homepage loaded. Marcus stood beside a silver device under the headline VPulse. Emergency monitoring reimagined. My stomach turned. "No," I whispered. Lena moved closer. "What is that?" "My device." "The cases look different." "The case is decoration," Theo said. "Scroll to the technical overview." I did. Low power rhythm analysis. Automatic emergency alerts. Offline family network. Replaceable sensor strips. Every feature was mine. I looked at Lena. "How does he know about the offline network?" "I do not know. I never published that." "Noah, I swear. The replaceable strips were added 3 weeks ago. Only Theo, Dr. Reed, and you knew." Theo said, "Check your sent folder." I opened my email. Nothing appeared at first. Then I changed the filter to include deleted messages. An email sent from my account to Marcus appeared. Subject: Noah's final presentation. 4 attachments. My private design notes. My circuit map. My testing data. My investor presentation. I turned the laptop toward Lena. She stopped breathing. "You sent them." "Let me explain. You sent him everything. He asked why your award mattered so much. So you gave him my invention? I wanted him to see that your work was real. He kept saying you were exaggerating. Why did his opinion matter?" "He said he wanted to invest." "In me?" She looked away. I laughed once, but there was no humor in it. "He wanted to invest in himself. I did not know he would steal anything." "You deleted the email." I panicked afterward. "You knew it was wrong. I knew you would misunderstand." "There is nothing to misunderstand." She reached for my arm. I stepped back. "Noah, I love you. Do not use that word while his name is inside my computer." A hard knock interrupted us. Theo entered without waiting. He held a large envelope. "What is that?" I asked. A courier brought it to the lab. He gave it to me. The letter inside carried the logo of Vale Medical's law firm. Lena read over my shoulder. "Cease and desist." I continued reading. Vale Medical claimed I had stolen confidential technology from Marcus. I was ordered to stop all development, surrender my research, and issue a public statement within 48 hours. Lena whispered, "He cannot do this." Theo faced her. "He can because you handed him dates, diagrams, and enough private material to build a lie." "I will call him." "No," I said. "I can fix this." "You already fixed it for him." She began crying. "Please do not shut me out." I walked to the table and picked up the velvet ring box. I had taken it back from Theo after the ceremony, because leaving it with him felt like admitting the future was dead. Now I opened it. "It was my grandmother's," I said. "My mother gave it to me yesterday." "Noah, I thought the empty seat was the worst thing you could do to me." I closed the box. It was only the beginning. Her phone rang. Marcus glowed across the screen. "Answer it," I said. She shook her head. "Answer him." She pressed the button with trembling fingers. Marcus's voice filled the room. "Did he get the letter?" Lena looked at me. I finally understood that my greatest moment had not been missed. It had been targeted. By noon, Marcus had already decided who I was. Theo turned his laptop toward me. "Read the statement." "I have read enough." "Read this one." Vale Medical Systems had published my photograph beside the words "intellectual theft." I forced myself to continue. Marcus claimed his team had spent 3 years developing VPulse. He said a former contractor had accessed private information and copied the design. Theo closed the laptop. We issue a response now. With what lawyer? With the truth. Truth does not file motions. Dr. Reed entered slowly. He did not remove his coat. I stood. You saw it. I saw the board. What did they say? He looked at Theo, then back at me. They have ordered me to suspend your access. My chest tightened. You believe Marcus? No. Then refuse. I did. And they reminded me that the research center depends on Victor Hale's foundation. Theo swore under his breath. Dr. Reed placed my access badge on a desk. Until the investigation ends, you cannot use the lab, the servers, or the prototype room. My device is in that room. It will remain secured. Secured by the same board that just bent to Marcus's investor? Dr. Reed lowered his voice. Do not make me your enemy because I failed to stop them. He continued, I saved copies of the approved testing logs before they locked me out. Theo asked, can those prove the timeline? Not alone. Marcus filed his provisional patent 6 months before Noah's public demonstration. Because Lena gave him the final files, I said. Dr. Reed's face changed. Lena did what? I told him. When I finished, he sat down. That explains how Marcus knew the calibration method, he said. It also explains why every headline calls me a thief. My phone rang again, but this time the number was unknown. A calm voice said, Mr. Bennett, my name is Victor Hale. Theo mouthed, put on speaker. I did. Victor said, I am offering you one chance to resolve this privately. You mean surrender. I mean avoid financial ruin. You funded stolen technology. I funded a company with registered claims and documented development. Documents built from my files. That accusation will become expensive if you repeat it. Is that a threat? It is a fact. Stop developing your device. Sign over any related work. Issue a statement admitting confusion over ownership. In return, Vail Medical will not pursue damages. Theo leaned toward the phone. Your offer sounds like blackmail. Victor replied, and you are? The man who has watched Noah build this for 4 years. Then advise him to be practical. I said, my brother died waiting for help this device could provide. I will not give it to Marcus. Sentiment is not ownership, Mr. Bennett. The call ended. Dr. Reed looked at me. He will sue. I know. Can you afford a defense? No. The word tasted like defeat. That evening, I drove to my mother's house because I could not tell her over the phone. She opened the door before I knocked. Noah, what happened? You saw the news. I saw strangers calling my son a criminal. I am not. I know that. Tell me what they can take. I sat at her kitchen table. My funding is frozen. What else? The development loan may default. What did you use as security? I cannot meet her eyes. She whispered the house. I thought the award would bring investors. You promised you would never risk my home. I know. Do not say that like Lena. Her words landed harder than anger. I am sorry. She sat across from me. Will apologizing protect the roof? No. Then tell me your plan. Before I could answer, my phone buzzed with an email. Subject: Marcus Vail has done this before. The sender was Iris Chun, an investigative journalist. Her message was brief. I have spoken to 2 inventors who accused Marcus of taking their work. Neither could prove it. I think you can. Call me before he controls the whole story. My mother read my face. Who is it? Someone who may help. Then call. I looked at Lena's unanswered messages beneath the email. If I told Iris everything, Lena could lose her career and face charges. If I stayed silent, my mother could lose her home, Liam's work could disappear, and Marcus could own my name. My mother said, Noah, whom are you protecting? I stared at the screen. I did not know anymore. I called Iris the next morning, but anger had already made another plan for me. Theo found me at my kitchen table, with Lena's messages open across 3 screens. What are you doing? He asked. Building a timeline. For the case. For everyone. He read the document nearest him. These are private messages. They prove she lied. They prove she had feelings she did not understand. She sent my work to Marcus. Then release evidence about the theft. I'm going to release all of it. Theo looked at the photographs beside my keyboard. Lena asleep on my shoulder. Lena, crying after Marcus ended their relationship years earlier. Lena admitting she still wanted Marcus to regret leaving her. He said, "You want strangers to punish her. I want people to know who she is." No, you wanted to call her names until your pain feels smaller. You did not stand on that stage. I stood behind it. You did not lose your future. I built that future with you. I closed the laptop harder than necessary. Then help me destroy the lie. Justice destroys the lie. Revenge destroys whatever is left of you. You sound like my mother. Good. She is usually right. My phone rang. Mom's name appeared. Theo pointed at it. "Speak of the judge." I answered. "Hi, Mom." Mom's voice came through the speaker. "Noah, pain does not give you permission to become cruel. She deserves consequences." Yes, consequences are not entertainment. She helped Marcus steal Liam's work. Then prove that. What if proof is not enough? Then let truth fail before you decide cruelty is stronger. My email chimed. Iris had sent a request for documents and a list of questions. Before I could respond, Lena messaged me. "Please meet me outside the research center. I will wait all day." Theo said go. Unanswered questions become dangerous excuses. An hour later, I found Lena beneath the center stone arch, rain darkened her hair, and she looked as if she had not slept. "You came," she said. "Talk." "Marcus asked about your work for months." "How many?" "I do not know." "Try." "Maybe 6. "And you never told me?" He made it sound casual. "What did he ask?" "Whether you had investors. Whether the device worked offline. Whether you had filed the final patent." My hands curled. "Those are not casual questions." "I see that now. You saw what you wanted to see." She wiped rain from her face. "I wanted him to respect me." "Marcus?" "Yes." "Why?" "Because when he left, I felt worthless. When he called again, I thought it meant I had won. And I was what? The man you kept while waiting for your prize." "No. I loved you." "Loved?" "I love you. You promised to sit beside my mother. Instead, you stood beside him and gave him my files. I never believed you would steal them. That is not your greatest betrayal." She stared at me. "Your greatest betrayal was choosing his approval after promising me your loyalty. I can testify. Are you ready to admit you accessed my computer?" Her courage faded. "I could lose my job. My mother could lose her house. I did not know about the loan. You did not ask what this invention cost me. You only asked whether Marcus was impressed." She began crying. "What can I do?" I removed the ring box from my coat. Her eyes fixed on it. "I brought this to the ceremony," I said. "Noah, please." I opened her hand and placed the box in her palm. She whispered, "Do not do this. I'm not giving you the ring. I am giving you the future you missed." She opened the box and broke into a sob. "Keep it," I said. "Maybe it will remind you that one choice can arrive before an apology." I turned away. She called my name, but I did not stop. That night, I deleted the private photographs from my evidence folder. I saved only the messages about Marcus, my computer, and the stolen files. Then I called Iris. "I will tell you everything connected to the invention," I said. "And Lena?" she asked. "I will not hide what she did. Will you give me her private messages? Only the ones that prove the theft." "Why protect her now?" "I'm not protecting her." I looked at the empty place where the photographs had been. "I am protecting the man I still want to become." I spent the next 3 days searching boxes I had avoided since Liam's funeral. Theo watched me pull old cables, notebooks, and cracked devices from my closet. "What exactly are we looking for?" he asked. "A phone." I found it beneath a stack of medical bills. The screen was shattered. The frame had split near the charging port. Theo studied my face. "You are not ready for this." My laptop rang with an incoming call from Iris. I answered on video. She said, "I found 2 former founders who worked with Marcus." "The people from your email?" "Yes." One designed a portable insulin cooler. The other created a child tracking bracelet for hospitals. "What happened?" "Marcus offered partnerships, accessed their development records, then filed similar patents through separate companies." "Can they testify?" "One is willing. The other signed a settlement." "Do they have documents?" "Not enough to prove theft. We still need your earliest records." I looked at Liam's phone. Iris noticed. "Is that it?" "Maybe." "Then recover it." Theo said, "The storage chip may still work." Iris leaned closer to her camera. How old are the files? Almost 2 years older than Marcus's patent. That could change everything. Could. We need clear dates, visible prototypes, and proof the files were not edited later. Theo turned the phone over. I can extract the original metadata. Iris said, do it carefully. Marcus's lawyers will attack every gap. Theo prepared his repair tools at my table. I asked, what if the phone is empty? Then we find something else. What if the videos are there? Then we watch them. I did not want to hear his voice. Theo looked at me. That is not true. It will feel like losing him again. No, it will feel like remembering he lived. I sat across from him while he opened the phone. For 2 hours, I listened to tiny screws hit the tray. Theo replaced the battery, bridged the damaged port, and connected the storage chip to his computer. A folder appeared. Liam Movies. My hands went cold. Theo asked, should I open it? I nodded. The first video showed my old apartment. Wires covered the floor. My earliest monitor sat inside a plastic lunchbox. Liam's voice came through the speakers. Dr. Noah, explain your ugly machine. I laughed in the recording. It is not ugly. It is unfinished. It looks like a toaster married a calculator. Beside me, Theo smiled. On screen, I attached a sensor to Liam's finger. He asked what happens now. It reads your pulse and checks for dangerous changes. And if my heart acts stupid, it sends an alert to me, Mom, and the emergency clinic. Without internet, that is the idea. The video date appeared in the corner. 22 months before Marcus's filing. Theo whispered, we have him. Keep watching. A later video showed a smaller version with replaceable strips. Liam aimed the camera at himself. His face was thinner than I remembered. When this works, he said, people like me will not have to be scared. The room disappeared behind my tears. I paused the video. Theo said, take your time. I promised him. You kept working. He died before I finished. That was not your failure. I should have started sooner. You were his brother, not his miracle. I cover my face. For years, I had treated grief like fuel. I had never admitted it was also a wound. My phone buzzed. An unknown number had sent screenshots. The message beneath them read, I am Carla, Lena's sister. She does not know I contacted you. I opened the first image. Marcus, find anything technical on Noah's computer. Lena, I'm not stealing from him. Marcus, then prove you care about my launch. I only need to see what he is presenting. The next screenshot showed a date from 2 weeks before the ceremony. Marcus, once I understand his system, I can decide whether he deserves investment. Lena, promise you will not embarrass him. Marcus, I promise. Theo read beside me. That is instruction and motive. I called the number. A woman answered. Noah, why are you helping me? Because my sister is falling apart, and Marcus is pretending she acted alone. Did you know? Not until yesterday. Lena showed me the messages after he blocked her. Will you give them to Iris? Yes. Will you testify? Carla went quiet. I looked at Liam's frozen face on the screen. Carla, Marcus counted on everyone being too afraid to speak. She exhaled. Then tell Iris I will speak. After the call, Theo copied the videos onto 3 drives. He held one out to me. This is more than evidence. I looked at Liam smiling beside my unfinished machine. I know. What is it? The reason Marcus will not win. Marcus abandoned Lena before the week ended. Carla called me while I was meeting Iris at a small cafe. He gave an interview this morning, Carla said. Iris opened her notebook. What did he claim? That Lena acted alone. He said she stole Noah's files because she was obsessed with him. Carla said, she is not eaten. She barely speaks. I know she hurt you, but Marcus used her. She let him. I know. Then do not ask me to rescue her. I am asking you to let her help expose him. Iris watched me carefully. What does Lena want? I asked. To see you. No. She says she will testify. My grip tightened around the phone. Does she understand what that means? Yes. Her lawyer says she may face charges. Then why now? Because Marcus called her unstable on television and blocked her number. I laughed without humor. So she found courage after he rejected her again. That evening, rain hammered my mother's windows. I was sorting evidence at her kitchen table when someone knocked. Lena stood beneath the porch light, trembling in a thin coat. "I only need 5 minutes," she said. I remained at the table. "You have too." Mom gave me a warning look, then went upstairs. Lena stepped inside, but did not remove her coat. "I lost my job," she said. "I heard. Marcus says I stole everything for myself." "I heard that too. He promised he would explain to Victor." "You still believed his promises?" "No. I wanted to hear him admit what he did." "And did he?" "He blocked me." I looked at the evidence folders. "There is the admission." She placed her phone on the table. "Carla said Iris needs this." "The original messages are still there. So are voice notes." "What voice notes?" "Marcus telling me what files he wanted." I stared at her. "Why did you keep them?" "I used to save his messages because hearing his voice made me feel important." Her honesty disgusted me more than another excuse would have. She whispered, "I know how pathetic that sounds. It sounds honest. I never wanted to ruin your life. You did not plan the fire, Lena, but you carried the match into my home." She flinched. "I thought I could help him without hurting you. You treated loyalty like something you could divide." "I was weak. You were selfish." Her silence stopped me. She continued, "I chose the attention he gave me. I told myself it was kindness. I told myself you would understand because you always understood. You counted on my love to protect you from consequences." "Yes." Rain filled the silence. She pushed the phone toward me. "I will testify. You could be charged with unauthorized access and theft." "I know. You may lose more than your job." "I know." "Stop saying that." Tears slid down her face. "What answer do you want?" "I want the answer you should have given before the ceremony." She whispered, "I should have chosen you. One day earlier would have changed everything. I cannot change it now." "No." "Will my testimony save your invention?" "It may." "Then use it." I stood and walked to the window. Part of me wanted to refuse. Part of me wanted her to suffer without becoming useful. That thought frightened me. She said, "Noah, I am not asking you to forgive me." "What are you asking?" "Let me tell the truth before Marcus turns my worst choice into his best defense." I faced her. "If you testify, I will not protect you from the questions. Do not protect me. I will not lie to reduce your blame. I am done asking you to carry it." For the first time since the ceremony, she sounded like the woman I had believed she could become. That made the choice harder, not easier. I picked up her phone. "Iris will arrange the forensic copy tomorrow." Lena nodded. When she reached the door, she looked back. Was the ring really for me? I felt the answer cut through me. "Yes." She closed her eyes. "I am sorry. I believe you." Hope crossed her face too quickly. I added, "Believing your apology does not repair what it arrived too late to save." She left without another word. I stood with her phone in my hand and understood the price of victory. To save Liam's invention, I had to let Lena tell a truth that might destroy what remained of her life. The hearing where everything broke. The hearing began 6 weeks after the ceremony. I sat between Theo and our attorney while Marcus entered with 4 lawyers, Victor Hale, and the smile he used for cameras. His eyes moved to Lena across the room. She sat beside Carla with both hands locked together. Marcus smiled. She always did confuse guilt with love. I stood, but Theo caught my sleeve. "Save it for the record," he whispered. The judge entered, and the room rose. Marcus's attorney spoke first. He described me as an ambitious researcher who had seen Vail Medical's work and rushed to claim it. He presented patent dates, company records, and photographs from the charity panel I once attended. Then he called Marcus. Marcus raised his hand and promised to tell the truth. His lawyer asked, "Did you request Mr. Bennett's files?" "Never." "Did you instruct Ms. Morris to access his computer?" "No." "Why did she send the material?" Marcus sighed. Lena struggled to accept our breakup. She believed helping my company would bring us together again. Lena's face collapsed. Marcus continued, "I did not know the files were stolen. My team had already developed the technology independently." My attorney whispered, "Do not react." I gripped the table. Marcus's lawyer asked, "Did you encourage Ms. Morris emotionally?" I tried to be kind. She often misunderstood kindness. Lena stood suddenly. "You liar." The judge struck the desk. "Ms. Morris, sit down." Carla pulled her back into the chair. The hearing resumed. Theo testified about our development timeline and the server records showing my files have been downloaded from my account. Marcus's lawyer attacked him. You are Mr. Bennett's closest friend? Yes. You share ownership in the device? Yes. So if he loses, you lose money? Theo smiled. If he loses, patients lose a device. Money is why your client stole it. The judge warned him, but several people in the room reacted. Carla testified next. She confirmed that Marcus had contacted Lena repeatedly before the award and had asked for technical details. My phone vibrated with a headline. 2 founders accuse Marcus Vail of repeating a pattern of medical technology theft. Victor read it from the back row. His expression changed. I explained how Liam's illness inspired the monitor. I described each prototype and every test. Then Theo connected the courtroom screen to Liam's recovered phone. The first video began. Dr. Noah, explain your ugly machine, Liam's voice said. A few people smiled. My recorded voice explained the offline alert system. The original date appeared beneath the video. Marcus leaned toward his attorney. We played the second recording with the replaceable strips. When this works, Liam said, people like me will not have to be scared. My voice broke as I identified him. That was my brother, I said. He died 11 months later. Our attorney asked, when was that recording created? 22 months before Marcus filed his patent. Was it edited? No. 3 forensic experts confirmed the metadata. Victor stood and left the room. Marcus called after him, Victor, wait. The judge ordered Marcus to remain seated. Then Lena took the stand. She looked at me before raising her hand. Marcus's lawyer began gently. Ms. Morris, were you still in love with Mr. Vail? I thought I was. Did he ask you to steal anything? Yes. Marcus shook his head. The lawyer displayed one of Lena's emotional messages. You wrote, I would do anything to prove I still matter to you. Correct. Yes. So you acted without instruction? No. Play the voice note. Our attorney submitted the forensic copy. Marcus's voice filled the room. Get the final presentation, especially the offline network and sensor design. Send it from Noah's account, then delete the message. Once my launch succeeds, I will make sure you are beside me. Marcus rose. That is manipulated. The judge ordered him down. Lena said, I believed him. I betrayed Noah. I accessed his computer, sent the files, and deleted the email. Marcus told me exactly what to take. Her voice shook, but she continued. I'm guilty of my choice. I will not carry his choice too. Silence followed. Victor returned without sitting. He addressed the judge. The Hale Foundation is withdrawing all investment from Vail Medical, effective immediately. Marcus turned white. By the end of the day, the judge froze Marcus's patent claim, barred Vail Medical from using my designs, and restored my ownership while the fraud investigation continued. Outside, reporters surrounded us. Theo asked, how does victory feel? I looked at Marcus being led toward another room by investigators. Lena stood alone near the courthouse doors, crying without asking me to comfort her. I thought it would feel louder, I said. What does it feel like? I listened to the silence inside me, like something broken finally stopped falling. 3 months after the hearing, Dr. Reed called me into the research center. My access badge worked again, but I still paused before entering the laboratory. Theo stood behind me. Are you waiting for permission? I spent 6 weeks being told this room did not belong to me. He pushed the door open. Then take it back. Inside, Dr. Reed waited beside the restored prototype. He smiled. Welcome home. I touched the device's metal case. Did the board approve the new tests? They approved everything. They also issued a public statement clearing your name. A statement cannot erase the headlines. No, but your work can outlive them. He handed me an envelope. What is this? An invitation. I opened it and saw the seal of the National Humanitarian Innovation Awards. They want to hold another ceremony, he said. For what? To present your award without an active theft accusation hanging over you. I already received it. You survived it. I do not want another stage. Dr. Reed's expression softened. The public watched Marcus call you a thief. Let them watch the truth honor you. I do not need their approval. Perhaps not. But the patients who will trust your device may need to see your name restored. I placed the invitation on the table. I will think about it. At dinner, Mom read the card twice. You're going, she said. I said I would think. You think when you're afraid to say no. I'm not afraid. You still dream about that empty chair. I looked at my plate. She reached across the table. Do not let the worst night of your life own the best thing you ever created. What if I walk onto that stage and remember only her? Then look at me. Theo raised his glass. And me. Iris, who had joined us after another interview, said, I will sit where the cameras can catch my serious journalist face. I laughed for the first time that evening. Mom said there, that is your answer. The ceremony was held 2 weeks later in the same hall. The assistant approached. Mr. Bennett, they are ready. I looked through the curtain. Mom sat in the center of the front row. Theo's reserved seat waited beside her. Dr. Reed and Iris sat on the other side. No chair was empty. The presenter announced, Tonight, we do more than recognize an invention. We correct a public wrong. I walked onto the stage. The applause felt different. I did not have to pretend it could repair me. The presenter handed me the same glass award, now engraved with a new line, proven by truth. Built for life. At the microphone, I looked at the people who had stayed. 3 months ago, I stood here believing this award marked the highest point of my life, I said. By morning, I was accused of stealing the work I created for my brother. The room became still. I wanted revenge. I wanted everyone who hurt me to feel smaller than I felt. The people in this front row reminded me that justice and cruelty are not the same. Theo nodded. I also learned that an invention means little if the people who need it cannot reach it. I turned toward the screen behind me. A new logo appeared, the Liam Bennett Heart Access Foundation. Our device will not be licensed only to private hospitals. We are placing it through a nonprofit program in community clinics, schools, and rural emergency centers. Applause rose before I finished. Families like mine should not have to choose between medical safety and rent. Liam asked me why life-saving machines were expensive. This is my answer. This belongs to him. A staff member handed me a plain, white envelope. This was left for you. There was no return name, but I recognized Lena's handwriting. I waited until I was alone in the dressing room before opening it. Noah, I will not ask you to answer. Marcus has been formally charged with fraud. My lawyer says my cooperation may reduce my sentence, but I know cooperation does not erase my choice. Losing you forced me to see that I confused being wanted with being loved. I kept chasing the person who once rejected me because I wanted to rewrite my humiliation. Instead, I humiliated the person who trusted me. I'm sorry I missed your moment. I am more sorry that I helped someone steal the reason behind it. Please build the future I almost took from you. Lena, I read the letter once. Then I folded it and placed it beside the award. Theo knocked. You coming? Yes. Everything okay? I looked at the letter, then at Liam's name shining through the open door. Not everything, I said, but enough. 1 year later, I stood inside the East Harbor Community Clinic and watched a nurse attach Liam's monitor to a frightened boy. The boy looked at the sensor on his finger. Will it hurt? No, I said. It only listens. To what? Your heart. He frowned. My heart does not talk. Mine argues all the time. His mother laughed, and the fear left his face. Theo adjusted the wall receiver. Signal is clear. Dr. Reed checked the tablet. Emergency network connected. The nurse asked, how many families can use this unit? 40 each week, I said. More after we train the night staff. After the installation ended, I helped the staff pack training manuals. Theo nudged my shoulder. Someone is waiting outside. Another reporter? No. His expression told me before I reached the glass doors. Lena stood beside the clinic steps. Her hair was shorter. Her face looked older, not from age, but from living without excuses. I almost turned back. I stepped outside. Lena held a small envelope and the silver necklace I had given her on our 2nd anniversary. Hello, Noah. Hello. Lena held out the necklace. This belonged to the person I was when you trusted me. It belonged to you. I did not want to wear proof of love I did not protect. I took it and placed it in my pocket. She looked through the clinic window. The device is beautiful. It still resembles a toaster married to a calculator. Noah, I spent a year rehearsing this apology. Every version had an explanation. Marcus manipulated me. I was insecure. I wanted closure. I was afraid of feeling unimportant. All of those things may be true. They are. But I used them to hide the truth. What truth? She met my eyes. I chose someone who made me feel needed over someone who truly loved me. The words hurt, but they did not break anything new. She continued, I missed your ceremony because I wanted Marcus to see me beside him. I sent your files because his approval mattered more to me than your trust. I did not mean to destroy your work, but I knowingly risked it. That is the first apology you have given me without asking me to carry part of it. I know, you used to say that too often. I learned the difference between knowing and accepting. She took a breath. I am sorry. I looked at the clinic behind her. A year earlier, I had imagined this moment many times. In some versions, I humiliated her. In others, I took her back because regret looked like love. Neither ending fit me anymore. I forgive you, I said. Her eyes filled. You do? Yes. Does that mean? Hope vanished, but she nodded. I forgive you because I do not want to keep meeting you inside every angry memory. I'm not asking you back into my life. Understand. You arrived one day too late to save us. She lowered her eyes. I continued, but an apology can still arrive in time to save the person giving it. She cried quietly. Thank you, she said. Do not thank me. Keep becoming someone who would never make that choice again. I will try. Do more than try. I will. She turned toward the street, then stopped. Was there ever a day when you wished the hearing had failed so I would not have to testify? Yes. She looked surprised. I wanted to protect the woman I remembered, I said. Then I realized she existed mostly because I ignored what I saw. I'm sorry for that too. I know. This time, the words did not sound empty. She walked away without looking back. I returned inside. Theo asked, Are you okay? I am. Really? I watched the nurse show the frightened boy how the monitor followed his heartbeat. Really? Mom came beside me. Did you forgive her? Yes. Did you take her back? No. Mom nodded. Good. You could pretend that was a difficult moral question. It was difficult for you. I laughed. The boy raised his hand. Mr. Noah, my heart is talking now. The tablet beeped with a steady rhythm. What is it saying? I asked. He smiled. That I am okay. I looked at Liam's name on the wall, the people who had stayed, and the future that had survived all of us. Moving forward did not mean losing the past. It meant refusing to remain trapped inside it.